Good morning, everybody. Eddie the Block here of the Relic Extractors. We are headed up to the epic dump this morning. Finally got a break in the weather here. I'm sure it's going to be a little soggy up there after all the rain. But this is my only window of opportunity this week to try and clean out that hole a little bit more, a little bit at a time. And we'll see what we get. And it's about 20 after 5 Monday morning, and a cool 46 degrees right now here in Pennsylvania, headed to New York. So we'll catch up with you when we get to the dump. So stay tuned, everybody. All right, everybody, good morning. Eddie the Block here of the Relic Extractors, out at the epic dump this morning. And before I get into my hole, which is just on the other side over here, I decided to stop at the root ball from about a year ago and just pick around a little bit here. And I pulled a couple things out of it already, a couple broken things. I'm going to show you here. I'll flip you around in a second on the next clip. And phone's acting up a little bit today, so I can't just spin you around here. So I'll show you in 2 seconds, and I'm going to pick around this root ball here for a few more minutes, get a little warmed up at least, and get loosened up before I get down into the hole over here and clean it out. So let me show you, and then we'll get rolling. All right. So the first we have here is a nice Mason's Improved patent jar lid. Always take the lids home. Doesn't seem to be any damage on it, no cracks or anything. So that was the first find. And then next, got this nice little Dr. Thompson's eye water out of New London, Connecticut. So you'll probably see that on the auction. Hopefully we get to roll one on Tuesday. Like I said, I'm not sure what this week's going to bring. That's why I ran on Saturday night. So nice little aqua cylinder here. And then the next thing, even though it's broken, look at a bulge neck on that. That thing is huge. That right there be an awesome bottle top here with the neck. I'll have Gene cut that down into a marble stand, probably about halfway down the bulge here, right about here. Cut that right off and polish it up. So I always save these nice tops just for that purpose. And that would have been a heck of a whiskey there. That would have been one of those nice bulge neck whiskeys. And like I said, I'm going to pick around here a little bit more. See, like a ketchup base sticking out of the root ball right here. And like I said, get loosened up, get warmed up, and then I'm going to start getting down into the hole. Stay tuned. All right, guys, top side of the root ball here. See some enamel wear in there, and just popped out this big old olive jar. I normally don't take these, but it's got a nice diamond pattern around the shoulder here. It's hard to see. And then again, just above the heel. There, you can see it right there. No marks on it. It did have a piece of a label around the neck. Nice tool top on it there. I'm sure this thing glows like mad. And I'll bring this one back. This one may interest Mr. Briggs. So we'll stick her in the bag. All right, I'm going to poke around here for a few more minutes and then head over to the hole. Stay tuned, guys. Whew. All right, guys. I'm about cleaned out to where my deepest point was last time I was here. I'm going to leave this little area as a step so I can get out. Just got to knock this corner off here. Boy, I'll tell you what, I don't miss digging these. I mean, single bricks and half bricks are one thing. These right here are still mortared together. Big. This one's kind of loose, but that one's in there pretty tight. So that's going to take me a little while. So I'm going to take a 5-minute break here and slowly get them out, and then widen it up this way just a little bit, and use that step to rest my rear end on, and then I'm just going to start plunging down here. And like I said, if anybody thinks redigging a hole is easier than starting from scratch, I beg to differ. When you're still dealing with the same stuff, and it is wet after all the rain that we had, it's not any easier. So here's my new pile along with the bricks. So I'm taking chunks like this out now, so I'm actually going to use these over here so I can start tossing dirt up this bank here, and then these combined mortared bricks will act as a retaining wall right in here. So this way I can kind of take this little bit of a section out as I go, a little bit at a time. Too much and it's just gonna fall in the hole. So we'll get back at you. Stay tuned. Alrighty, tough sledding. All right, I'm down about another 1.5 feet where the spade or the shovel is there, from where I was last time. Where my feet are is where I left off, and just want to show you this rusty stuff here is what's on the very bottom of this. So that's what I'm looking to hit. Once I hit that, I know I'm on the bottom. Like I said, last time I recalled, this was about 10 foot from virgin ground. Where my rear end is parked is pretty much virgin ground, so I'm only down about maybe 4.5, 5 foot. But here's what I'm contending with. There's those big, humongous chunks of brick all mortared together. So I'm starting to throw some dirt up top there, and I'm going to start building up a retaining wall here as I go along, and that'll help hold the dirt back. Now all this right here is still all cast, from it coming down this way. So I'm probably going to end up shoring that up too. But if I can get some depth into it, I can shave it off a little bit at a time as I go, and not compromise the depth of the hole. So nothing much really coming out, obviously, because it's all stuff that was thrown over from the other side of that tree. And Castoria came out. This slick med got a fork and almost a whole slug plate of Caldwell's syrup of pepsin. And even if that was whole, like the whole panel, I'd probably keep it. Be a good piece for a stained glass panel. Unfortunately, the left half is cracked off, so won't be keeping that. So yeah, here's my step where I'm sitting at the moment. I gotta carve this out here, not at the moment, but soon enough. I'm gonna try and get down about another foot or so, and then start shaving it back and cleaning it out towards where my feet are. So this is going to be a slow process here, but you guys got to understand, for those of you who don't dig but enjoy the bottles, it's a process, and not every day is a productive day. It's just keep in mind that it's You just got to persevere, and until you get to that spot that you want to be in. You know, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it, and it's not. I mean, granted, sometimes you come across a dump that's, you know, relatively shallow and just spread out, you know, maybe a foot or two deep, and you get a lot of great surface finds. I could walk around here for hours and probably fill my bag full of stuff that people have thrown away, you know, common beer bottles and meds and stuff like that. And, you know, but I want to diligently get this back to where it was, and it's going to take me a few trips. And I know this video may be boring, but like I said, it's a process, and I'm showing you the steps that it takes to get to the treasure, to the gold at the end of the rainbow. So, you know, and even then, it's not a guarantee. So I'm just going to persevere slowly, and we'll see what we get. Stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, first, I believe, legit find of the day. Nice turn mold whiskey here. A nice kick up in the base. No embossing, obviously being a turn mold. But you see that rusty stuff that's on it right there. It's literally right here on the right hand corner of the hole. Now it could just be part of the sidewall that wasn't dug. Most of the hole could have been dug this way. So I might be into a little bit of virgin area right here on this side. So we'll see. Nonetheless, that's a nice Gale Hightower bottle. Nice turn mold. Stay tuned. Oh, yeah. Whew. It's tough. It's wet in here. I got a bottle showing right here. Looks like it might be a Hanati Janos. Yeah, you can see that rust on it there. So, it's loose enough. That's what it looks like at first glance. Nice mineral water. Bitter quell, possibly. There are ones that have a blank base, or look at that rusty stuff on there. That's what I'm looking to get into. But again, I don't think this is the bottom. I think this is just something that was left. Let's see here. I don't see anything on the bottom. So it could be, yeah, it's the ones that have marked with a K on it. Nonetheless, they are nice little cylinders. I'm not positive if Janos had this other company make these bottles for them, and they just started using paper label. I mean, the other ones had paper labels on them as well with the embossing on the bottom, but this is just embossed K on the bottom. I dug a few of these before, but nonetheless, that's a keeper. And right around late 1880s to like 1900 on these. So that'll clean up nice. It's a keeper. And we're going to keep plugging. See you in a bit. Alright, guys, couple things. Let's show you this first. Seeing the bottom. Obviously, it's some type of jar, but I have never seen this before. That right there would have been a third ring around the body. No clue. There's no embossing on it at all. There's no maker's mark on the bottom. I'm churning it up now with the fork. I still don't know if I'm on the bottom or not, but I am hitting that wet, rusty layer down there. Just seems to be a little bit deeper still past it. Again, it's been a few years since I actually dug this hole, so yeah, I'm getting down there. I got to start widening it up now after I clean that little bit out. So if anybody knows what that is or what type of jar it is, you know, shoot me in the comments here. Never seen that before. So we'll get that out of the way. And then this was more than likely a Dr. Pierce's out of Buffalo. Slick variety here. It's that style of bottle. Nice color to it. And got a piece of carnival glass, harmonica reed, which we find them every so often, a castoria there underneath it. A piece of yellowware or redware. I think it's yellowware, just stained, I guess, on the inside of the rim. It was probably a crock lid. So that's about it. Outside of those couple, like I said, this is tough cleaning out something that's already been dug. So we're gonna get back into it in a minute. We'll take a little short break, and we'll get back at you when or if something else pops out. Stay tuned, guys. I got a visitor. Let's see if I can get her on here before I spook her off. Got a pretty doe staring at me up over here. I don't know if you guys can see her. There she goes, as soon as I stood up. She won't go too far. They're used to people back here. She was just watching me for like 5 minutes, sitting here taking a break. So, all right, I'm going to get back at it. Stay tuned. All right, guys, I hit that orange rust layer. See it laying right there. On my way down to it, this would have been nice. This is probably the largest or second to largest size McMonigal and Rogers druggist out of Middletown. This probably would have been about fully assembled about 9 inches tall. I used to have them all, you know, the sizes all the way down to like 2 inches high, even an inch high. I think the smallest one is like a little sample size. So that was probably something that got tossed in the hole from up behind here. But I'm in the slop, and right in front of the shovel, that bright orange spot that looks like a brick is actually a triangular bottle. And it might be one of those ones from Detroit, from Michigan. I'm not positive yet until I get it out. And I can't remember if they were a sauce bottle or some other type of tonic or something like that. So I don't have room to bring you down in there, so I'm going to get it up out of the hole, and then we'll see what we got. Stay tuned. All right, well, there it is. Doesn't seem to have any damage on it. Triangular shaped, probably an olive or a capers. Nice flared lip on it. Look at that nasty, mucky rust on there. Let's see. There's no embossing on it that I can see. But that stuff is nasty. It'll stain you up in a heartbeat for sure. It'll get your gloves all messy for sure. I'm trying to get that top cleaned off a little bit more for you. Nice bulb in the center of the neck there. Yeah, I don't see any embossing on it. Nice flared lip. Nice triangular shape. Nothing over the top really, but I'll take it. It's a nice looking bottle. That might be one for you, Mr. Briggs. All right, we'll get back at it. Stay tuned. All right, guys. I'm whooped. Moved a lot of dirt. You see all that orangey, rusty stuff? That's the bottom. So I got 2 big steps going down in, and then another 3-4 foot down, and I hit some water, so no sense in beating a dead horse. We got more rain coming, so it's probably going to be a little while before I can get back in here. Hopefully these side walls hold up, because most of it is cast off. So I'm just going to leave it like it is, and hopefully it holds its integrity. One more little thing here before I leave. My buddy Jimbo and I, when we were digging this hole originally, before it got filled in on us, he pulled a real nice batter jug out of here, and I got a nice pony blob out of New York City, a DL Ormsby, very hard to find. This is a spout for the batter jug. Would have went right on the jug like this, facing up on an angle. So I didn't even realize I tossed that out. So hopefully there's a couple more laying in here, but I got to widen it all the way out to here, a little bit at a time. So I'll work on this next time right here, and try and maintain my depth without letting it fill in too much. And yeah, it may take another 2 trips. I'm down there pretty good, probably about 9 foot, something like that. So that's it for today. We got a couple things, not much to write home about, but we'll get them cleaned up, and we'll show you a little bit later on. Peace.